about handstanding. And what I'd say about handstanding is in yoga asanas wise, what I've always done is made what can feel like my weakest is not the right word, but sort of area which doesn't feel the strongest into my greatest strength. And this is always shifting. I'm finding like I feel it's one area for a while, I work a lot on that, and then something else it's caught up and it surpasses, or it looks stronger, feels stronger, or more connected, and I work on something else. So what I'd say is, firstly, you may not have a very solid handstand, and that's cool. It can be your greatest strength, because it can be something which you really figure out the connection in, which is then going to make it into something which feels incredibly connected, which is then where a great sense of bliss and a great sense of enjoyment can come into the pose. And this is what I've done with my handstands. So I'm going to show you today 3 steps to help you get into, or tips, 3 tips for getting into a straddling up handstand. So I'm going to show a straddling up handstand first, so you, for those more newies to this area, you know what I mean. So, 3 tips. Tip number 1. I never listen. Okay, but do listen to me here for these 3 tips. So the feet come as close as you can to the wrists. So what that's going to help with is tipping you've got already the shoulders directly over the wrist, or they might start off a little bit beyond the wrists. So you've already got the beginning of your stacking, which is going to help so much. Now, if this is also new for you, what I would do is have someone standing behind you. I probably wouldn't do it on a street edge, but hey, I'm me. Okay, and the next tip is going to be easier to tell you now that I'm down than when I'm up. So what I want you to do is when I go up into it, I want you to see, you to check what I'm doing in this regard. So what I'm doing is I'm starting off tip number 1, with the feet as close to the hands as possible. Tip number 2, I'm keeping that closeness as a forward fold for as long as possible. So I'm not wanting to jump up into a straddle. I'm feeling like I'm pulling the thighs into my arms. Tip number 3 is I'm keeping the arm muscles rolling that way. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder, da-da-da-da, as opposed to that way, which would bring me more into a headstand flat. Now, occasionally what can happen is when you're coming up into this position is your arms can want to go the other way, or you might feel like that happens because it will bring you closer to the earth, or even energetically that might be what seems to be occurring. So what I want you to do is work with the energy going that way, regardless of what else your body is telling you. Keep rolling these biceps, triceps out. So let's do it. My hairband got lost. I just had a lovely photo shoot with Shanti with yoga and poster 9. And I chucked the hairband somewhere, so the hair is everywhere, but hey. Now, leaving that to one side. Hands on the side of the pavement, or wherever you are. Starting with the feet in. Oh, here. This is the hairband, but it was my compromise cushion. It's not the hairband. But it would maybe do a better trick than having the hair in the face. Maybe. Okay, so here, starting with the feet as close, start to roll the arms out and roll the thighs in. So the arms are wanting to roll out. I'm pointing my toes, pushing my feet away from each other. And then even when I'm coming down, I'm keeping the thighs coming in. So it's that closeness which draws the legs open. Feet close, start close. And what was the third one? Rolling the arms up. Have a great day. Play.